Welcome to another episode of Out Loud Geek, where we discuss news and views about pop culture, science fiction, fantasy, food, cooking, the outdoors, and more. I had an opportunity today to sit down and watch Fantastic Beasts: The Secrets of Dumbledore. And my overall impression of the film is that I found it to be disappointing. First, when I'm watching a movie, I like being able to see everything that's occurring within a scene. And when a decision is made to have low lighting and a lot of dark areas that you physically really can't see what's there, that tends to be more of a distraction to me more than anything else. So I think they could have brought the lights up a little bit more in some of these overly dark scenes. Next, I think Mads Mikkelsen did a fair job of portraying Gellert Grindelwald in the film, but I do think that Johnny Depp would have done a better job because he was really good in the second film and he was good in his brief part that he had in the first film. Mads Mikkelsen portrayed Grindelwald in a more wooden fashion, whereas Johnny Depp would have given the character a lot more life, and I think it would have felt a lot more threatening. So replacing Johnny Depp with Mads Mikkelsen was a definite mistake. Another element that I found a bit odd with this third film was that there had been a lot of build-up with Credence's character in the second film, so much so that he felt like one of the main characters. But in this third film, you don't really see that much of him. He's more of a minor secondary character that only has very little screen time and very few lines. I found that to be a little bit odd, especially since there was so much build-up towards the end of the second film explaining that he was actually a Dumbledore. And while that still exists in this third film, his overall role was very scaled back. I don't know if that was originally what they had planned or if it had been scaled back over time, but it just felt a little strange that his overall contribution to this film was so minor as compared with the second film. One thing I did enjoy about this film was that Albus Dumbledore's brother Aberforth was in it. He had a minor role in the film, but I think it was worth having him in it as a way to better flesh out his and Albus's roles. And they did talk about Ariana, so there was some additional information about her provided that I liked as well. I definitely enjoyed seeing Newt Scamander in the film again and his brother Theseus, but I really did not like the entire side plot that they were sent off on. That to me was just a waste in this film, with the little crab-like creatures and the giant tentacle-like thing trying to attack them. That whole scene is too reminiscent to me of when Gandalf is looking in that large pit in The Hobbit, as well as the scene when Frodo and the Fellowship of the Ring is attacked by that giant tentacled beast. That was what it was bringing to my mind, so I didn't see any real benefit to the scene in Fantastic Beasts because it didn't contribute anything to the overall story. Given that the film is over 2 hours, that entire scene could have been cut. One thing that I did not like in this film was the apparent introduction of a international wizarding world government. Throughout the Harry Potter films and the previous 2 Fantastic Beasts films, it seemed pretty evident that every country essentially has its own independent Ministry of Magic running things internally. There was no evidence that there was something above them telling them what to do. But apparently that wasn't the case in this third film. But still, given how political it was, and it was like some kind of an election going on, it wasn't a very compelling plot element. So that to me was a disappointing aspect of this film. Another disappointing aspect of this film was that Tina, who was such an important character in the first film and was a big part of the second film, was essentially completely absent in this third film. She only shows up for the final few minutes, and she really doesn't do anything. So that was very strange, and I found that to be just another disappointing aspect of the film. Given how poor the film is currently doing in theaters, and it's already gone to streaming in the US, I honestly don't know whether there's going to be a fourth and especially not a fifth film for this franchise. There might be a fourth film, but I'll be very surprised if there is, because this film has still probably not broken even, as it still hasn't even reached $400 million globally yet. And it was interesting to me in this third film that they essentially ended several open-ended plot lines going on, and that to me was kind of an indication that they were feeling like this might be the final film. So if they don't proceed with a fourth and especially not a fifth film, they could end this on this third film. They've closed enough things up that they could, but there's still some things that they could look at in a fourth film, provided this film makes enough money to make it worthwhile. And at this point, I just don't know that there will be, because the audience doesn't seem to be as interested. I think the loss of Johnny Depp and some of the controversial comments that J.K. Rowling has made on social media has been very detrimental to this film. So it's sad, but this could be the end of this franchise. Thanks for watching today, and a huge thanks to everyone who has subscribed to our channel. We appreciate your support. If you enjoyed this video, please press the like button, and please feel free to share a comment. If you'd like to see more of our videos in the future and help support this channel, please press the red subscribe button, and please press the bell to receive notifications for new content. You can also find us on Facebook and Twitter by clicking on the links in the description. Until next time, this is Out Loud Geek.